Good morning. Welcome on back into my channel. My name is Kyla and I'm here to inspire you along your health journey. And on this channel, we are talking about all things health and how to get healthy our way. And today I'm going to actually be making our Elderberry Tonic tea and answering a few questions from our last video. So as you can hear, I still have some congestion all down in my throat, so hopefully this tonic will clear that up. And I'm going to be using my elderberry tonic that I made in the last video for elderberry tea. So let's go ahead and get started. To make this tea is really simple because we already made our tonic, and question that I had in my last video is, do I refrigerate my tonic? Absolutely. We want to keep this in the refrigerator, and I keep my tonic for 2 weeks, no more than 2 weeks. I throw it out after 2 weeks because it's gonna start turning into some type of wine, right? It's gonna get a little vinegary taste. We don't want that. So 2 weeks tops in the refrigerator for me. In our tonic, we already have cinnamon, cloves, ginger if you did add it. So for my tea today, all I'm gonna do is actually warm up my tonic, add a little bit of honey in there. I'm gonna add some turmeric in there just to help with a little bit of inflammation that I'm having in my throat. Okay, really, really simple. So another question that I received on the last video is, how much tonic do you... Okay. So another question that came up in the last video is, how much do I use? So for myself, I can drink a cup of elderberry tea. Like, this is nothing. But for my little one, I try to keep it to maybe 2 or 3 teaspoons in his juice or in his smoothie, only because I don't want to overdo it with him. I don't want him to become extra sensitive to things. The one thing I love about herbs and berries is that they are natural healers. And if you deal with medicine, you know you need to make sure that you're not overdoing it. So I don't want to overdo it for him because his body is still getting used to things. So I try to follow the same kind of method. If I was to buy some elderberry syrup out of the store, 2 to 3 teaspoons, and he's a toddler. But for me, a cup of elderberry honey, we good for the day. So I have my elderberry tonic here. I'm gonna go ahead and warm it up, and then we'll add a little bit of turmeric in there and a little bit of honey. You can put your elderberry tonic on the stove to warm up, but it is 7 o'clock in the morning here. My son's about to wake up. I just need my tea to get my day started. So I'm popping it in the microwave. If you're against the microwave, do you, boo. But me, I'm gonna just go ahead and warm it up that way. All right, so here I have my elderberry tonic that is nice and warm, and I actually have some fresh turmeric, and then I have some grounded turmeric. You can use either or, and I feel the same way about ginger. Sometimes I'll go and just grab a piece of ginger, chop it up, and put it in my tea in the morning. But yeah, and that's what some fresh turmeric looks like, y'all, if you were ever wondering. So I'm just gonna chop this up really quickly. It smells extra strong. And all I'm gonna do is just cut it up. Place it in my tea. And again, if you don't have any fresh turmeric, you can just add some dried turmeric. Girl, it does a trick too. Turmeric is also really good if you're dealing with cramps or any type of inflammation. I also take turmeric as a supplement. You can sweeten. Clearly I use a lot of honey. But you can sweeten your tea however you like with a little bit of honey. And the reason why we're using honey is because honey also is a soother. So if you're like me and you have that morning kind of congestion going on, honey will coat your throat. guys, so there you have it. We made an easy elderberry tea this morning with our elderberry tonic that we made, added a little bit of turmeric to help with our inflammation, added a little bit more honey for sweetness and just to coat our throat as we're dealing with this congestion. And yeah, cheers to an amazing day. I hope that I answered some of your questions about our tonic. Make sure you keep it in the refrigerator, and I'll see you next video. Peace.